boys and girls. So today we are going to talk about what a wax resist is. So a wax resist is when you take things of a waxy material, kind of like crayons, and you use it almost as a barrier or a fence to not only create outlines and to help control your watercolor, but also can be used for texture. So for our project, we're doing something that we love, and one of the things that Miss Salatino loves is her cat. So when we go to color, the first thing we're going to want to do is we want to push nice and hard around the outline of where we want to put the watercolor. So pretty much what I'm doing is I am setting up a border or a fence to help contain that color. So anywhere, I'm going to push it nice and hard when I am coloring, right? We can also use this as a way to create texture because Romero Britto likes to use different patterns in his artwork. So once you're done outlining your pet, or I'm sorry, the artwork that you love. So it could be a pet, it could be a family member, it could be a toy, it could be whatever it is that you choose, candy, I don't know, something that makes you happy. When you're done outlining, we're also going to put those patterns inside that we talked about. All right, so maybe I want to take like a green pattern because he uses all kinds of crazy colors. And maybe on one side of my kitty, I want to put in this kind of hashy kind of pattern because kitties have fur. It might kind of look nice on the one side of the face. And maybe on the other side, I might do a different kind of pattern. Maybe I will choose, let's see, do I have a different color? Oh, here's a different green. Maybe on this side, I'm going to do some loop-de-loops. Now I'm pushing, again, really hard with my crayon because when I go over this with paint, it keeps the paint from seeping in to those little areas. So maybe I want his cheek nice and pink. And maybe a blue nose. Oop, that's black. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. Maybe the inside of his ears are going to be blue. I don't know. Let's get crazy with it. Blue hair. Okay, so now that I have it all outlined, I can now do my wax resist. So this won't be farther along until the project we're going to be working on doing the outlining and the texture and the patterns for a little bit, but I wanted to show you ahead of time why it's so important to make sure you push really nice and hard and that you have your pattern set up ahead of time. Because when you go to paint my kitty, and I'm going to paint him purple, my liquid watercolor, it pushes the paint away and it keeps it, as you can see, it's happening down here, it keeps it from seeping in, and that nice bright green, well, you can see it definitely up here, right? Look at that green. I'm putting it on top of the crayon and it's just pushing it out of the way. Sometimes you might have not pushed hard enough. See how it's kind of a little deep, or I didn't, push hard enough. Sometimes it gets a little too saturated, so I might have to go in and maybe just blot over there because I didn't push hard enough. But as you can see, it starts to kind of show through a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, I must have not just pushed hard enough. So that's why it's so important that you push nice and hard so that that paint doesn't get in those areas. And you can, like I said, you can do one of two things. You can push the paint away, or you can kind of blot with a nice little paper towel. And then, of course, always cleaning our brush in between paint. And this also helps keep my paint inside the lines because watercolor sometimes can get a little bit tricky. You see how it kind of squished all of that paint back in there and said, nope, you're staying in here, paint. All right, so you are going to continue working on your drawing, and we're going to add in your crayon, and you're also going to add in your patterns as well. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my little video. I can't wait to see what you are doing with yours, and